So in today's video, I got you guys with the top 5 SMGs you need to be using in Season 5 of Warzone. In this list, I cover the best SMGs to use in the meta right now, and I show gameplay with each SMG so you know just how to use these SMGs. Now before we get into the top 5 SMGs, I wanted to throw out an honorable mention because this SMG is so slept on. Honestly, I don't see a lot of people using it. Honestly, I don't see anyone using it, but it's definitely one of the best SMGs to use right now. I'm honestly surprised that nobody uses it. It's super slept on, it's super underrated. It has a 45 round mag, it kills really fast, it has great mobility, and if you're not using it, you definitely need to try it out. And this SMG that we're talking about is the UGR. Now the UGR is a Cold War SMG. It's very slept on, not a lot of people use it, but here's the loadout that I use with it. I use the GRU suppressor, the task force barrel, the bruiser grip, the serpent wrap, and the no stock. Definitely try out this loadout, man. It's so slept on, and it was too good to leave off this video. And guys, I'll definitely have a low level class setup video for this in the near future. Alright guys, now coming in at number 5, we have the RA 225. Now this is one of the SMGs that just came out recently in the last update. It has a really fast fire rate. It kind of reminds me of the Mag 10, but a little better. It has a 55 round mag that's more than enough to get the job done. It has great mobility. The recoil is a little shaky, but if you can control it, it kills really fast. I think the best part about this gun is you can pick it up off ground loot, and it's pretty much the meta build off the ground loot. They use the same attachments, almost the same attachments, and it's just a really good SMG to use. So here we are with the RA 225 attachments. We have the recoil booster, the 11-inch rapid barrel. I use the NIDAR. You can use the slate reflector. It doesn't matter. You can use whatever optic you want. I use the Valented LDB stock. We have the Mark 6 skeletal. We have the 55 round drum mag. For the ammo type, I always say you can use hollow point or subsonic. Hollow point kills a little faster, but the subsonic keeps you off the radar, so it's up to you. For the rear grip, we have the tape grip. For perk 1, we have tight grip, and perk 2, we have quick. This is definitely a really solid SMG to use. You can definitely fry and drop 30 bombs with it, but there are a few better options, so let's get right into it. So coming in at number 4, we have my personal favorite, the MP40. Man, ever since Vanguard dropped, this has always been a really solid SMG to use. It's very accurate. You can beam long range with it. That's what I like about it. You can beam long range. It has great mobility. It's very smooth, easy to use. It has a pretty solid 45 round mag in it. And honestly, just using this weapon is so buttery smooth. It's so fun to use. And honestly, the MP40, you can never go wrong with it. So here we are with the MP40 loadout. We have the recoil booster. We use the short barrel. I use the ISO 1M stock. You can use the slate reflector if you'd like. For the stock, I use the folding stock. For the underbarrel, we have the Mark skeletal. The magazine is the 45 rounds. Ammo type, you can use hollow point or subsonic, up to you. For the rear grip, I use tape grip. For perk 1, I use brace, and perk 2, quick. Honestly, even though it's at the number 4 spot, this is my personal favorite SMG to use. It's always buttery smooth. It's always great to use, and it always competes in the meta no matter what. Now coming in at number 3, we have the H4 Blixen, man. This gun has been dominating Warzone ever since it released. It's always been really nasty. It has a crazy TTK. It has crazy mobility, crazy accuracy. You can beam long range with it. It fries up close. I mean, there's honestly no flaws to this weapon. I mean, it was so good when it released. They've nerfed it probably like 7 times, and it's still good. So that just shows you the power of the H4 Blixen. I mean, unless you're living under a rock, this has been dominating Warzone. You always see it all over Warzone, all over Rebirth, Caldera, Fortune's Keep, and it's just one of those really good SMGs that never lets you down. So here's my H4 Blixen loadout. We have the recoil booster, the 17-inch barrel. I use the slate reflector. I have the remove stock. For the underbarrel, I use the compact. For the magazine, I use the 54 round mag. Ammo type, subsonic or hollow point, doesn't matter. Subsonic keeps you off the radar. Hollow point gives you plus limb damage. It's up to you. For the rear grip, I use tape grip, perk 1 fleet, and perk 2 quick. I mean, you guys should already have the loadout for this weapon. This has just been dominating the meta ever since it released, and honestly, you can never go wrong with the H4 Blixen. Now coming in at number 2, we have the PPSH. Now this gun just got buffed, and it's honestly really disgusting right now. There's 3 different builds for it. It's great in every scenario. There's a long range build, there's a hip fire build, and there's a close range rapid fire build. And honestly, all 3 builds are really nasty on Warzone right now. My personal favorite is the longer range build. It has the longer barrel. It's not like an AR or anything, but it fries up close, and it has great range if you need like a mid-range gunfight, and it's great paired with a sniper. So I'm going to show you all 3 of the builds that I use. So for the first barrel, this is the most accurate build. This is great for close to medium range engagements, and it's great paired with a sniper. I use the recoil booster, the 300 barrel, the slate reflector, the skeletal stock, the Mark skeletal underbarrel, the 71 round stick mag. I use subsonic on this. For the rear grip, I use tape grip, perk 1 fleet, and perk 2 quick. Now for the hip fire build, it has great mobility. It's great for hip fire. You don't really want to aim down sight too much with this build. Just hip fire, spray, and let the aim do itself. So we got the recoil booster, the 230 millimeter barrel. I use the slate reflector, the remove stock, the Carver foregrip, the 71 round mag, subsonic, tape grip, fleet, and quick. Now for the last build, this is the rapid fire build. It kills the fastest of the 3, but it's definitely harder to use. I definitely recommend this for higher skill players. Man, this thing fries so insanely fast. I think it's the fastest TTK of all SMGs right now, but it's a little more difficult to control, but it's definitely not unusable. It's definitely usable. It's definitely frying. And here's the loadout. We got the recoil booster, we have the rapid barrel, the slate reflector, the skeletal stock, the strife angled underbarrel, the 71 round mag, the subsonic. I use the polymer grip on this one to help with the recoil. I use the tight grip, and I use quick. Definitely try all 3 of these PPSH loadouts. See which one is right for you. Honestly, they all fry. They're all great options. You can never go wrong with either of them. And you're definitely going to be dropping bangers on Warzone with these loadouts. Now, coming in at number 1, we have the Armaguerra. Now, this SMG has definitely been dominating Warzone. I've seen a lot of people using this in the World Series of Warzone 100K tournament. Now, the thing about the Armaguerra, it has a really fast strafe speed. It has a 60 round mag that's more than enough to get the job done. It kills super fast, and it's very accurate, and it's honestly very fun to use. So I actually have 2 different builds for you guys. One is a little more accurate, and the other one kills a little faster, but it doesn't have that much range. But they're both great options. So for the Armaguerra loadout, this is my personal favorite. It kills the fastest, but it's definitely not as good long range as the other build that I'm about to show you. So for this build, we have the recoil booster, the 315 barrel, the skeletal stock. I use the compact underbarrel, the 60 round mags, hollow point, the granular grip for that plus strafe speed. I use steady on perk 1, and perk 2 is quick. Now for the second Armaguerra build, this is definitely a lot more accurate. You can definitely beam longer ranges with it, and it's great paired with a sniper. I recommend this for lower skill players. It's definitely easier to use, and it's definitely more reliable. So for this one, we have the recoil booster, the precision 570 barrel. We have the slate reflector, the skeletal stock, the compact underbarrel. We keep the 60 round mag. I use hollow point on this. And for the rear grip, we can put on tape grip, and perk 1 vital and perk 2 quick. This is definitely a great option. The Armaguerra is definitely the best SMG in my opinion. I mean, I've dropped so many 30 bombs on Fortune's Keep and Rebirth with this loadout. I see a lot of Warzone pros using this, and it's just a fun gun to use all around. Overall, there's so many great options to use in Warzone right now. I mean, it is kind of disappointing that all the meta SMGs are all Vanguard weapons, but I mean, Vanguard is the main game right now, so it makes sense. They want you to use the Vanguard weapons, but these are all great options. Even the UGR is a great option. Honestly, if you use any of these 5 loadouts, you're going to be dropping bangers on Warzone, and they're all great options to use. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this list of SMGs to use, and I hope these loadouts helped you out. And if it did, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss one of these loadout videos again. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Take it easy.